Okay, so we got America Yours is Discover Country Magazine right here. Now, this is June to July 2021. We've got lots of things marked here that I want to share with you. So let's get to it. They say family fun. Dinos are in the desert. Come face to face with a real life-size prehistoric giant at the Utah theme park by Kathleen Y. Cece's in Oak Hills, California. Our family loves road trips. I normally plan an itinerary for each day that details where we will be and what we will do, but I have always leave room to be exploring the unexpected. Well, while on a trip visiting Utah's national parks, we came across the unexpected. Just before reaching the entrance to the Canyons National Park, we spotted a Moab giant, a dinosaur theme park. Our children, Austin 12, Dakota 11, and Savannah 8, begged us all to stop. I'm glad we did because they had a blast. We started our adventure on the Dinosaur Trail, a half-mile loop that winds past a 100 life-size replica. The kids stood close to these giants and let their imaginations run wild. Watching the kids get excited was so much fun for my husband, Michael, and me. Dakota, our big dino guy, loved the Stegosaurus. The replicas were so detailed and lifelike, and each of them had a plaque recounting numerous relevant facts about the creature. Along the way, we stopped at the Dig It Out sites, partly shaded sandboxes full of quote-unquote fossils that the kid uncovered with brushes. Misters at each site gave us a cool respite from the summer sun. And other highlights at the Moab Giant include a playground with rock climbing, swings, slides, a cafe, a gift shop for dinosaur toys, and a 5D prehistoric aquarium, a virtual experience in which visitors get up close with the marine dinosaurs. We didn't have time to visit an aquarium, but we're saving that for our next trip. If you go, Moab Giants is open 6 days a week. Check for the COVID-19 restrictions at moabgiants.com. From selfies to tracking, there's a dino experience for everyone. Roadside attractions, snap a pic with Mr. Rex and Miss Denny at the Carbazon Dinosaurs at Carbzone, California. Both were featured in the movie Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Tracking dinos. Future paleontologists can walk in footsteps along the edge of the ancient ocean, which is now the bed of the Polly River at the Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose, Texas. Prehistoric hike. Imagine being hunted by the meat-eating dinos as you trek the 2 miles of trails at the Dinosaur State Park in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. A sweet stop is a taste of summer. Prior to COVID-19, tourists lined up outside the Jam Pot to buy jams and baked goods. Today, masks are required to enter the store, or folks can buy goods online at POORROCKABBEY.com, and that's PoorRockAbbey.com. If you love jam, head to the idyllic spot known as the Jam Pot in Michigan's Kewaunee Peninsula. Run by the monks from the Holy Protection Monastery on the Lake Superior shore, this hidden gem is known for its preserves and jams made from thimbleberries. Transforming these wild berries into jam is difficult since they usually start breaking down as soon as they're picked. If you're in the area in early August, look for them growing wild in the semi-shady areas along trails and roadsides. Once you taste the tart sweet berry, you'll want to bring home some of the Monk's Preserves. Jam Pot is open May through mid-October. Again, that website, POORROCKABBEY.com, Felicia Sheridan. More to explore on the Kewaunee. Brockway Mountain. Drive up 10 miles road to see a 360-degree view of Lake Superior. Time it right for the sunrise or sunset over the big lake. Bring a picnic. The many roadside lookout points along the way to the top. Eagle Harbor Lighthouse. Now tour the light that still serves as an essential guide along the Lake Superior shoreline and learn about the historical lighthouse keepers. View the breathtaking vista. At the bottom here's a picture. Okay, Smokin' Good. That's the local eating place called the Salt Lick Barbecue in Driftwood, Texas. Bring your best appetite to cash-only Texas mainstay. It's just 30 minutes from Austin. Settle in for a feast of brisket, ribs, sausage, chicken, and more that's been sizzled up and tender and juicy in an open pit. Don't skip on the sides of that dessert. That peach cobbler is so good that you can buy it by half or full tray. Check online for the current information on table service, takeout, picnic dining, and special music events at saltlickbarbecue.com. Thousands of small flowers make up one sunflower at this Love in Bloom fresh pick On our 35th anniversary, my husband Eric and I wandered among fields of sunflowers at the Dogwood Farms in Belleuse, North Carolina. Because it was our anniversary, we were trying new things and exploring our state. Though the farm sells pre-cut sunflowers and zinnias, we opted to cut the ones we liked. It was hard to stop at just one. At the farm stand, we purchased jam and honey. Going back is definitely on our to-do list because I adore flowers. These are love's language and they just speak to me. Dogwood Farm, BelleusCreek.com, and Belinda Weil from Greensboro, North Carolina. Okay, Great River begins. They have a picture here. It says, here's 1475 feet above the ocean, the mighty Mississippi begins to flow on its winding way 2,552 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. Visitors pause for a photo at the Mississippi headwaters. The Mississippi is 18 inches deep and at its headwaters. Ithaca State Park in Minnesota. A great river begins. Wade into the icy headwaters of the mighty Mississippi River. By Jesse Nerve from Trista, Minnesota. My sister and I didn't know exactly what to expect as we ran ahead on our parents on the short trail that leads to Lake Ithaca. It was brighter, hot summer day in Minnesota, and we'd been told that we would get to stick our feet in the water. As the path opened a clearing by the lake, Joanna ran straight for the water while I paused to read a sign carved by an old tree that had been there since the 1930s. The sign proudly stated, here is 1,475 feet above the ocean. The mighty Mississippi begins to flow on its winding way 2,552 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. Joanna and I joined a number of other adventures, stepping on a bridge of uneven stones to inch our way across the headwaters, the water trickling past our toes, the icy cold as it flew from Lake Ithaca to become the second longest river in North America. Years later, I traveled with my husband and 4 children to Ithaca State Park, Minnesota's oldest state park, established in 1891, to show them the headwaters of the Mississippi River. The main event. After learning all about the history of the park and the wildlife that lives here, black bears, bobcats, loons, and bald eagles, just to name a few, we walked the shoreline and I recognized the historic sign. The stepping stone rocks were calling our kids' names as only we approached the water. It is only, go to page 16, it says. "20 to 30 feet across and about 18 inches deep as the stones. Those who would prefer a more sure-footed adventure can cross the river via a log bridge. Now, as an adult, I realize what an incredible place this is. To see the water trickling through from the lake to make its first seconds of movement into the river is really amazing. What an adventure it will have before the journey to the Gulf of Mexico is complete. The outdoor paradise. Beyond the wonder and excitement of the headwaters, Ithaca State Park, 32,000 acres, have more than 100 lakes and dozens of miles of hiking, biking, cross-country skiing, and snowmobile trails. In the summer, visitors swim, boat, and fish. Rentals of all kinds are available, such as boats, canoes, pontoons, paddleboards, kayaks, and bicycles, including tandem and electric bikes. In the winter, snowshoe rentals and warming house are available. The park also has a variety of accommodations. Hundreds of campsites, cabins, and historic Douglas Lodge offer options for all types of travelers. We stayed at Bear Paw Cabins, where smaller log cabins are rustic enough to include a fireplace and a kitchen and bathroom. Although fewer amenities are available in the winter months, and any time of the year is ideal to explore the source of the Mississippi and outdoor recreation at Ithaca State Park, our adventure was exactly what I had hoped it would be for my kids. They dipped their toes in the headwaters, learned about the northern Minnesota wilderness, and experienced the firsthand out on the trails. I had remembered it fondly from when I was young, and that I was excited to pass that experience on to my family. Visit dnr.state.mn.us/state_parks and search for Ithaca, Itasca. When you go, drive the Wilderness Drive meanders through the park for 10 miles with multiple pull-offs and hiking trails along the way. Go in the early morning or the late in the evening to see deer, beavers, porcupine, wolves, and black bears. You might even hear the call of the Minnesota state bird, the loon. Stay. Built in 1905, the historic Douglas Lodge is a haven of relaxation after a busy day exploring. In the summer, the restaurant serves meals made with Minnesota-grown ingredients. See. Take a short hike from the road to the Preacher's Grove and a stand of red pines with stunning overlook of the lakes. Even on a sunny day, the dark quiet lets you appreciate the amazing beauty of the hidden gem. Go-to spot, headwaters. See for yourself a slow trickle of the Lake Ithaca becomes the famous Mississippi. Be sure to dip your toes in. Welcome to the Lodge, Douglas Lodge, lodging, office, restaurant, meeting rooms. On that long ago visit, Jessie and her mom, Mary, posed for a picture along the Wilderness Drive at the top. After exploring the park, guests relax on the front porch of the Douglas Lodge. The Farm Fun. This is an interactive exhibit entertaining young and old at the Fair Oaks Farm. 62 million people visit the farm and ranches and wineries each year. June is Dairy Month. Spend a delightful day exploring a farm and working hands-on with your favorite farm animals by Dana Meredith. It's traditional. Connect directly with nature at the family-owned Old Windmill Farm in the Ronks, Pennsylvania. Farm tours invite you to cuddle a chick, milk a cow, gather eggs, and learn about joys and rewards of Amish farming life at oldwindmillfarm.com. Modern. Hinckley Dairy Farm in Cambridge, Wisconsin treats guests to 2 4-hour tours that include antique tractor, pulled wagon trips to field cow barns, visit to see new robotic milking machinery and petting fuzzy chicks, cows, and more at dairyfarmtours.com. Sustainable. Exciting innovations for sustainable farming are at work and on display at Fair Oaks Farm in Fair Oaks, Indiana. Embark on the interesting dairy, pig, and crop adventures as you learn about the technology supports this modern working farm at fofarms.com. Okay. Hidden gems. Readers share 20 places to put on your bucket list. Turn the page to read more about the Hovenweep National Monument. Okay, from the previous page on number 1, the Utah to Colorado. The Hovenweep National Monument. The sun close to setting a monsoonal cloud overhead add to the beauty of these ruins at the Hovenweep National Monument, which is located on the Utah-Colorado border. Towers like these were built from the AD 500 by 1300 by ancestral Puebloans and may have been used to communicate with other communities or celestial observatories. To reach these ruins and other prehistoric villages in the park, hike the trails with names like Hovenweep Castle, Cutthroat Castle, and Holly. It's an absolutely fascinating place, and the best part is you can have the whole canyon visit to yourself because so few people visit. Alan Livingston at Huntington, Utah. You want to plan ahead. Moderate temperatures bring visitors in the fall and spring, and add an added bonus, all the wildflowers at nps.gov/hove, H-O-V-E. Stargazing. On a clear night, the skies over the Hovenweep are as dark as they were in the days of the ancestral Puebloans. Set up your telescope in the designated campground or at the visitor center. Did you know that Hovenweep is a Paleutian word, meaning deserted valley? The people who have lived here have left the structures and they've migrated to the Rio Grande Valley in New Mexico and the Little Colorado River basin in Arizona. 2. Nebraska. Ogalla National Grasslands. Most people think Nebraska is flat with cows, corn, and one big city. Omaha, but the topography of western Nebraska is markedly different. It has grasslands, buttes, and badlands. You'll find it all three in the Ogalla National Grasslands, an expressive stretch of prairie grasses with few paved roads and very little cell phone reception. The Toadstool Geographical Park, which is located within Ogalla, is noted for the toadstool-shaped rock formations. A fossil deposit is where I shot this sunset photo. Luckily, a passing thunderstorm had just moved to the east and the angle of the sun was setting perfect for a vivid double rainbow. Ken Smith from Bellevue, Nebraska. Wildlife watching. See the pronghorns and the prairie dogs in the grasslands. Overhead, focus your binoculars on hawks and the golden eagles. The fossil beds. In 1954, a rancher discovered a massive collection of bones belonging to bison, antiques, and an ancestor of the modern bison. Toured the bone bed house at the Hudson Meng Education and Research Center to ponder the mystery of their demise. Okay, number 3 is Wisconsin, the Rock Island State Park. This 912-acre primitive island is in Lake Michigan off the tip of Door Peninsula. It's my favorite place in the world. Stay for a day to hike the picnic. You've got 6 hours between ferries to explore, or camp overnight. Kayaking is a popular way to see the island. Below is a photo of my daughter, Tansy Loderhouse, paddling along the rugged cliffs of the western shore. Rock Island has a fascinating history relative to the Native Americans, early pioneers, and the eccentric inventor who helped build the magnificent Viking boathouse at the ferry landing. Tim Sweet from Appleton, Wisconsin. You want to plan ahead. The park is open from Memorial Day to Columbus Day, and you'll have to take 2 ferries to get there. Reserve your campsite at least a year in advance at dnr.wisconsin.gov. Be a lighthouse keeper. Volunteer to be a docent and stay a week at the Potawatomi Lighthouse, which was named for the people who lived there on the island for many years. Giving tours to visitors is part of the dachshund's job. The lighthouse has no electricity or indoor plumbing, but it's amazing to watch the storms roll in and the ships sail by, and that's fori.us/VOLS, which is VOLS.htm. Bird watching. Bring your binoculars to look for diverse bird species, including spotted sandpipers, cliff swallows, and black-throated green warblers. For the Arizona-Utah Glen Canyon. Here we see my friend looking over the Colorado River in Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, which stretches 186 miles from the beginning of the Grand Canyon at Lee's Ferry in Arizona to the Orange Cliffs in Utah. He stands above what is known as the Hole in the Rock, a shortcut to the river. I wonder if my friend felt the same sense of adventure as the early pioneers. Zachary Erdhart from Bozeman, Montana. Water sports. Created when Glen Canyon Dam blocked the Colorado River, Lake Powell is a boating destination with 5 marinas, plus plenty of fishing and swimming. LakePowell.com. Tour the dam. Head to the Carl Hayden Visitor Center in Page, Arizona, and take a tour of the dam. nps.gov/GLCA. A must-see. Made of the Navajo sandstone, the Rainbow Bridge spans 275 feet and soars 290 feet above the Bridge Creek from the marina in Wahiweep. Take a boat tour or sail your own craft to the National Monument and nps.gov/ROBR. Number 5 is National Chimneys Park, located in Virginia. Located in Mount Solon, Virginia, the park built around these amazing stone towers formed by the Shenandoah Valley that was covered in an inland sea. In the 19th century, these rock formations were known as the Cyclopean Towers. Today, visitors can camp, swim, hike, and fish here. I could spend all summer in this peaceful, simple park. Becky Arnold from Churchville, Virginia. Plan ahead. The park is open for the day use, and there will be restricted camping during the season of 2021. Campsites are spacious, and the atmosphere is friendly and family-oriented. Site reservations are first come, first serve. Attend the joust. National Chimney is home to the National Jousting Hall of Fame. 2 jousting tournaments are hosted there each year in June and August. Cheer on the riders as they spear rings from nationaljousting.com. North Carolina, number 6 at the Water Knob Trail. I have hiked the Water Knob Trail, milepost 451.2 on the Blue Ridge Parkway, many times, and the views never get old. Below is one of my favorite on looking at the little town of Maggie Valley. Although the hike is short, 1.2 miles, it is fairly strenuous, which is a small price to pay for the fantastic vistas. Whenever I feel like I need to get in shape for longer hikes, Water Rock Knob serves the purpose. The reward is not just a physical one. However, it is the beauty and solitude that the trail offers. Myron Carter from Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Savor the sun. Water Rock Knob Visitor Center is one of the most highest points along the parkway, making it an ideal place to watch the sun rise and set. Bring a folding chair and sit back and relax at nps.gov/BLRI. And there's a wildflower watch. Though the rhododendrons get all the attention in June, August belongs to the black-eyed Susans that carpet the mountains. Camp with the wildlife. Want to see elk in the wild? Pitch a tent above about 20 miles away from the Chattahoochee Campground, which is surrounded by the mountains and the home to the elk herds. Number 7 is Tennessee, and that's the Rhone Mountain State Park. My husband and I love to hike. We've been to 15 national parks, but it's hard to beat a good old Tennessee Rhone Mountain State Park. It's one of the most beautiful places in our country. The Rhone Balds mountain summits covered in grass are offering a 360-degree view, and the Appalachian Trail crosses right over it. We were on the overnight backpacking trip and made it to the summit of the Grassy Ridge Bald right at the sunset. It was a sight to behold. Ashley Johnson from Jonesboro, Tennessee. 3 Bald hikes. There are 12 miles of trails in the park, some leading to Grassy Ridge, Round, and Jane Balds. Cast a line. The Doe River flows through the park, and the water temperature is cool enough year-round to support 3 different types of trout. Watch for flowers. The Rhododendron Festival is a must-do in June. When the blossoms cover the Rhone Mountains, call ahead for the festival's 2021 schedule at rhonemountain.com. Florida is number 8, and is the Washington Oaks Garden State Park. I do believe this bird could read. Washington Oaks State Garden Park is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Matanis River to the west. On my adventure through the park, I came upon the bait station. Something tells me this great blue heron had some previous luck with the local fishers. Though I stood close enough to him, he paid me no attention to me. It was as if he knew there was more bait on the way. Walt Mather from New Woodstock, New York. Bird watching. The 425-acre park is on the Great Florida Birding and Wildlife Trail. See warblers in the spring, swallow-tailed kites in the summer, falcons in the fall, and plenty of shorebirds in the winter. Stroll the garden. Azaleas, camellias, roses, and birds of paradise grow in the formal garden, which is surrounded by the elegant live oaks. Fishing spots. Cast a line from the park shoreline and wait for the fish to bite as waves crash at your feet, known as the surf fishing, or try your luck at the seawall along the river. Number 9, Hawaii. Yes. The Halakika National Park. It was amazing to see the sunrise at the Halakika National Park located on the island of Maui. Halakika is a dormant volcano crater, and the landscapes ranges from the red desert and rocks to a lush rainforest on the coast. A photo really can't capture the beauty I experienced. Anne Marie Harris from Haddonfield, New Jersey. See the sun. Make reservations 7 days in advance to watch the sun rise or set in the park. A reservation allows you to drive to the Summit District. The park entrance is free. Fee is separate. nps.gov/HALE, H-A-L-E. Here's some fun facts. The Halika means, quote, house of the sun, end quote, in Hawaiian. And Halika has more than endangered species than any other national park. Whew. Number 10, Alabama, Dolphin Island. One of Alabama's best kept secrets is Dolphin is a barrier island along the Gulf Coast that is known for pristine white sand beaches. Excellent fishing and historic Fort Gates is a key battle site during the Civil War. Now the Gulf of Mexico lies to the south and the Mississippi Sound and Mobile Bay to the north. Dolphin Island is the first landfall for many species of birds migrating north from South America. Holly cartilage from Mobile, Alabama. Bird watching. Hike the trails at the Audubon Bird Sanctuary during the spring and then fall migration season to view many of the more 400 bird species sighted here at dolphinisland.org. The marine life on display. The Dolphin Island Sea Lab Public Aquarium has a 10,000 square foot exhibit hall, a 7,000 gallon stingray touch pool, and more than 100 species on display in 31 aquariums. disl.edu/ESTUARIUM. Relive the history, learn about the Battle of the Mobile Bay and the views of the original canyon tunnels, a blacksmith shop, a museum, and more at the historic Fort Gaines. dolphinisland.org/fort, FORT-Gaines, GAINES. Number 11, New York, the Monach Preserve Trail. I hiked the Monach Preserve Huguenot Trail on a sunny fall day up through the labyrinth and lemon squeeze, a challenge maze of boulders, wooden ladders, and narrow crevices. After crawling and climbing this hour-long trail, hikers are rewarded with sweeping views of the Catskill Mountains. Albeit strenuous, this trail is a must-hike due to scenic views offered at the Sky Top Lookout. I recommend visiting in late September or early October to see the spectacular fall foliage. Alicia Kaiser from New York, New York. Plan ahead. The visitor center and immediate area, which includes 3 short and easy hikes, are free, but to hike beyond that, you must purchase a 15-day pass. A $20 pass allows you to bike 30 miles of carriage roads that also link to bike routes in adjacent Manasquan State Park Preserve. And the website is mohawkpreserve.org, and that's MOHONKPRESERV.org. Play and stay. Pamper yourself by booking a room at the Monach Mountain House, a National Historic Landmark resort built in 1869. Hike the Hit Spa in the Victorian Castle, or splash in the pool, then dine in the lovely on-site restaurant with the views of the Catskill Mountains. MOHONK.com. Okay, back to Florida again for number 12. The Gaspirula Island State Park. White sands, turquoise waters, bright blue skies, and gentle winds greet visitors to the Gaspirula Island State Park. On one of the chain of Gulf Coast barrier islands, this pier was built on the top of railroad trestles that shuffled phosphate across the state of Florida back in 1905. The trestles started rotting, so now they provide a great opportunity for photographers and fishers alike. This is one of those images that live up to the saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Betty Klopachi from St. Petersburg, Florida. Angler's Paradise. Often referred to as the tarpon capital of the world, the Gulf waters around the island are excellent for saltwater sport fishing. Tor Lighthouse. Built in 1890, the restored Port Boca Grande, the lighthouse has a lovely nature museum and gift shop closed during the month of August. Barrier Island Parks Society.org. Sun and Sand. Relax on a mile-long beach after taking a swim in the Gulf. Shelling is particularly good in the winter months. Number 13 is Washington, the Hall of the Moses Trail. Nestled within the Hoh Rainforest in Olympic National Park lies a 0.8-mile Hall of Moses Trail. As I hiked it, I looked for something interesting and thought I saw a big bird on the stump. At first it scared me because the size was about 30 feet away, and then I noticed the shape of this quote-unquote bird was completely natural and made out of moss. The leaves glistened after a rain shower, part of the 140 inches of average precipitation the forest receives each year. Clemens Gilima from Owings, Maryland. The Mighty Giants, the lush undergrowth of the greenery and moss in the Hoh Rainforest, part of the designated World Heritage Site and the Biosphere Reserve, is mainly due to the canopy of moss-laden Sitka spruce and western hemlock trees towering overhead. A bonus hike. Combine the Hall of Moses Trail with a flatter than easier 1/4 mile Spruce Nature Trail loop, which runs the partway along the Hoh River. Wear water shoes and watch for the Roosevelt elk that frequent the area. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, 14 is West Virginia, Mongohilo National Forest. The gorgeous beauty of the West Virginia Potomac Highlands shines in the 477-acre Bear Rocks Preserve located in the Mongohilo National Forest. Visit early in the October to capture the numerous autumn views of the vegetation that paint the mountaintop and sweep down into the valley below. Alan Tucker from Buckhannon, West Virginia. Mountain Views. Head to the Spruce Knob, the highest point in the state, via either hiking trails or paved road to bask in the sweeping views across the valleys below. From the Stone Lookout Tower, a half-mile interpretive trail explains the area's geology, vegetation, and wildlife. The Climber's Paradise. Seneca Rocks, perhaps one of the best rock climbing destinations on the East Coast, lies within the forest. If you're not a climber, take the 1.5 hiking trail around the mountain to the summit. 15. Pennsylvania, the Laurel Highlands. The Ogalla State Park, located in Pennsylvania's Laurel Highlands, is a gem that not many people outside the area know about. Popular with whitewater rafters and kayakers, it also has hiking and biking trails. Cucumber Falls is just short of a short, beautiful walk from the road. It's one of the better-known waterfalls, is the most alluring spring in when the mountain laurels are blooming or in the autumn for the color. After a series of rainstorms, the rushing water stands out in the glen's darkness, in direct contrast to the colorful leaves surrounding it. Brad Cavo from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Waterfall Hike. Hike the less frequented Jonathan Run Trail to see the Jonathan Run Falls, actually a pair of falls of 1/3 mile apart, with side excursions to Sugar Run and Fletcher Falls. The Rail Trail. Bike for 17 miles through the Laurel Highlands on the part of 150-mile Great Allegheny Passage. The Sweet Treat. Taste wine and chocolate raspberry cookies when you visit Green Dance Winery, one of the many wineries in the Laurel Highlands area. greendancewinery.com. Here we go again. 16. Colorado, the McPhee Reservoir. Peaceful McPhee Reservoir lies in a small town of Dolores, Colorado, near the canyons of the ancient visitor center at a hill with a paved half-mile trail to the top. The hike up is rewarded by views of the Anazi ruins and the vista of the McPhee Reservoir. We hike this trail often as a form of exercise and enjoy the view, but this particularly cold winter day, we got to the top and it looked so quiet and peaceful, far away from the hustle and the bustle of the life down below. Linda Castaneda from Grand Junction, Colorado. Remnants of history. Just west of the McPhee Reservoir lies the canyons of the ancient national monument, the home to America's highest known density of agricultural archaeological sites that preserve artifacts from native cultures. Fuel up. Generate energy for the hike with comfort food from the Farm Bistro. serving locally sourced meat and produce for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday in nearby Cortez, about 12 miles from the reservoir. The Farm Bistro Cortez.com is their website. Number 17. Arizona, the Havasu Falls. The Havasu Falls is the waterfall when you see hiking the strenuous 10 miles to the Havasu Falls tribal lands at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Turning the corner and seeing this majestic work of nature makes the grueling hike more than worth it. On our journey, my friends and I trekked through the rain. When we arrived at the falls, the contrast between the stormy sky and the vivid turquoise blue water was a reminder that nature is always beautiful regardless of what weather brings. Grant Cloud from Whiteland, Indiana. Blue-green waters. The land is owned by the Havasu tribe, who live in a village near the falls. Havasapi means people of the blue-green waters. A chemical reaction occurs among the minerals in the water which reflects the sunlight to produce this striking turquoise color. Plan ahead. To protect local residents during the pandemic, this area is temporarily closed to hiking as of this writing. When open, reservations and a fee are required for the 10-mile hike to the falls campground and areas beyond. The HavasapiReservations.com. Okay, we're getting there. Number 18 is Wyoming Phelps Lake. Hidden on the southern end of the Grand Teton National Park, Phelps Lake is the 6th largest in the park. To reach this gem, within a gem, park at the White Horse / Death Canyon trailhead and hike 1.2 miles to the Phelps Lake overlook, then down steep and rocky switchbacks to see the lake. No trek to see Phelps Lake is complete without taking a leap off of the Jumping Rock on the lake's northeastern shoreline. Keep cool by jumping 20 to 30 feet into the frigid and refreshing water below. No thank you. Written by Kyle Ayton from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hike the loop. For the best mountain views, hike the 7.2 mile Phelps Lake Loop Trail in a counterclockwise direction. Wildlife watching. Moose and bear are quite prevalent to this area, so keep your eyes open and hike with your bear spray. No. Plan a week. The 7-day entrance fee is $35 for vehicles, $30 for motorcycles, $20 for hikers and bicyclists. Okay, number 19. New York, the Letchworth State Park. The sunrise view at the Great Bend overlook above the Genesee River in Letchworth State Park is spectacular. There's no better place to find peace of mind. The park is located in western New York and sometimes referred to as the Grand Canyon on the east, which is named the #1 state park in 2015 by USA Today. Letchworth is a must-see for any time of the year. Scott Hooker from Livonia, New York. Good to know. The main park attractions are on the southern end, and the park's west side is the most developed. There are several entrances, but it's best to use the Castile entrance, open year-round. Letchworthpark.com. The Chasing Waterfalls. From the Catskill entrance, turn right on the park road to access the parking area for upper, middle, and lower falls. Although the middle falls are the biggest, the upper falls are quite beautiful. And the granddaddy of it all, page 20, or park 20, that should say. Oh, wait a minute. Rest and refuel. The Glen Iris Inn, formerly the estate of William Letchworth, is prime spot for a meal and overnight stay within the park. A nice view of the Middle Falls is just short walk from the restaurant. GlenIrisInn.com. GlenIrisInn.com. Now, 20. The Cathedral. Located in Utah. Although millions visit Zion National State Park each year, few detour off the main trails to explore some of the park's equally stunning formations hidden away in a lesser-known slot canyon. This canyoneer rappels into the cathedral in Zion National Park's Pine Creek Canyon. It's a 100-foot partially free-hanging rappel into a pool of water at the bottom. Alex Beatty from Salt Lake City, Utah. Training required. Canyoneering is an extreme sport that involves hiking, rock climbing, scrambling, swimming, and rappelling, and each to use a technical gear. Safety first. Canyons are prone to flash flood, so if it's raining or the rain is in the forecast, save your canyon expedition for another day. Family friendly. For a more accessible adventure in the park, hike the Canyon Overlook Trail. Take it easy 1-mile trek to see the cliff top views of the monumental formations in the Zion Canyon. nps.gov/Zion. And that is all. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't do the last page. I can't believe that. The last page is a beautiful picture. And it says, as the sun sets, the pelicans perch in the silhouette on an old pillaging in Florida's Destin Harbor. And it's Destin Harbor, Florida. Joshua McDonough from Getty Images. Beautiful picture, by the way. Wish you could see it. I just held it up like you could see it. Sorry. Anyway, that completes Country Magazine, June to July 2021. Whew. I am talked out and I got to work tomorrow. So, that leaves us Pioneer Woman, Woman's Day, and Woman's World. If nothing else arrives, we will have every single magazine done before Saturday. And that was my goal. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for watching all the videos. Thank you for being you. Keep safe. Keep healthy. Keep your washing your hands. When you can't wash your hands, hand sanitize. And I love each and every one of you. So make sure you come back and subscribe and like all the videos. And that's all I ask. I wish you all the best and nothing less. God bless.